What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Outside the Round. It's your boy, Matt Burrill, and today a very special guest, a guy that is still relatively new to town. He's a native of Tyler, Texas, a place that I've had good times on the road.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little while, but he's newer to town. He's been making some noise here in Nashville. He's getting ready to go out on the road with our good friend, Miss Meg Maroney, and he's just out here doing the damn thing. He's incredibly tall as well. That's something I didn't realize until I first met him, but we got our boy Tommy Acker with us. Tommy, how you doing, my brother?
Dude, I'm doing good. That's funny you said I'm tall. Like, I've had like 4 people in the last like 2 or 3 days like, dude, you're a lot taller in person. And I'm like, dude, I've met you like 5 times.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, like I didn't realize it when we first had you, because I think the first event that we had you on it had to be one of the Nothing Fancy takeovers.
I think so. I think it was.
At Losers, before we were even at Duck Blind.
Yeah.
So,
I know, yeah. I don't even think it was a thing yet.
Yeah, because I think we had you, and then who'd you play? I'm trying to remember who you played with. Have you played with Hannah on that one? Or
No, but Hannah was kind of
Hannah was there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who else was there, but I met you then, but then looking back, we took a picture a couple weeks ago.
I think it was Cole
events.
Phillips. I think he was
Cole
on
Phillips.
that round.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I remember we took a picture together, and I remember looking at the picture. I'm like, fuck. I don't feel that short at 5'9", 5'10", but damn, Tommy's tall.
Well, I don't feel tall. Like, I feel like I'm just like normal. And
Yeah.
then like I'm like look at pictures. I'm like, oh, geez. Like, but I don't know. So
That's funny, dude. So how long have you been out here in Nashville now?
I moved here December 1st, so it's April. So like 5 months.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
Insane.
How have you been liking it?
Dude, I love it. It's been like the best. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up in Texas, East Texas, and then moved to Utah for a couple years for school. But Nashville's just so much more like home. Like, I enjoyed Utah a lot. I had good friends.
Yeah.
A lot of cool places out there, but Nashville's just so much more like home. It's a lot easier to hang out and chill, and I'm like, it's just more relaxing.
Yeah, and to be doing the music thing,
Yeah,
like
dude.
you're in Nashville. If you're in Nashville and you're all in on the music thing, there's no better place in
No.
the world to be, dude.
Dude, I know.
What were you doing out in Utah?
Well, I was gonna play baseball originally. That's why I moved out there, and then I ended up not playing. But I stuck out there and just kind of hung out, and then met a lot of friends. So I was like, all right, I'll just stick it out.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to school. I was studying biology.
Where were you going to school?
Utah Valley University.
Okay, nice.
And so I was studying biology, and the goal was to go to dental school and be a dentist. And then,
No shit.
yeah, I was like working as a dental assistant. I was like, all right, this is it. I got like 3 years deep. And I was like, man, I do not want to go to more school. I had like 4 years of dental school after that, and then residency after that. So I was like, man, I don't know if I can handle another 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And so I had been writing the whole time I was out there. I would just write by myself. And I was dating this girl, and then ended up breaking up. And so I started like really writing a lot. And then I wrote a song. I wrote like half a song. I have a bad habit of writing verse, chorus, and then maybe posting it, and then never like forgetting about it.
Yeah.
And so, but I had one song where like I posted it, and then like it didn't do anything. But like 6 months later, I had a buddy that was like, dude, you need to go. He's like, did you ever finish that? I want to hear the rest of it. And I was like, I never finished it. And he was like, well, you should, and then you should go record it because I want to listen to it. And I was like, I don't know how to do that, but all right. And so I I ended up finishing it, met a few guys that were like, well, we got a producer out in Nashville that we know that will do it for relatively cheap, and you could just make a trip, do it, and get it done. It's like, all right, bet. So that was my very first trip here was like April 1st, like April 3rd, April 5th of like 2024. So last year.
About this time a year ago.
It was like I just hit a year when I recorded How to Not, my first song.
Wow.
And when I got the mix back, I just threw it on TikTok for whatever reason. I was like, well, this is cool. I got my first recorded song.
My buddies like it. I bet some other people might.
For sure. And like literally the first song. Well, so it was like a year. It was like the same time Morgan Wallen threw the chair off the roof. Oh. And so like I went with my buddy, and he was like, because he was recording something too, and he was like, dude, you should make a video like more like you were in the studio, and we're gonna cut the song because Morgan couldn't or something. And we didn't know, like, he hadn't thrown the chair off the roof yet, and so we like recorded this random video for whatever reason, and then like got the song, mixed it in, like he edited the video, and then like I guess that night or the next day he threw the chair off the roof. I posted the video like the next day, so everybody was like, oh, I guess Morgan's in jail. He couldn't sing the song, so he's gonna cut it. And so literally the very first video I posted got like 100,000 views on Instagram, and then I was like, well, let me post it on TikTok. And then on TikTok, it got like 1 million views. And I was like, all right, we got something here. And yeah, I don't know. Everything, just one thing led to another. I finally put it out like maybe a month or two after recording it.
Wow.
And then people started reaching out. And now everything's just happened so fast.
Yeah,
like it's been like a year.
It's crazy how that works. Like the stars sometimes just align, or like the plan of the universe and the man upstairs. Like it all kind of comes together. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. It's literally like I'm a man of faith, and it really is. It just feels like a God thing. Like I always thought I could do it and knew I wanted to do it, but I didn't really have an outlet to do it, or knew people or knew anything about it. And it just kind of like social media was the way it worked. And then through that, you meet people and they help you get out here. And then like y'all help me get on rounds and support me. And one thing leads to another, and you just get to a place and you're like, how the heck did I get here?
Yeah.
But
how did I get here, and why me? But you start learning guitar senior year in high school. Mm-hmm. What causes you to put down the glove or the bat for a second and pick up the guitar?
Dude, it was honestly like my friend had a guitar and he would play it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, I never thought I would do anything with it, but I was like, that's kind of cool. I want to learn.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just like I just got attached to it, and I thought, well, maybe it'd be cool to play for some girls or something.
Yeah,
just like
cool little party trick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, dude, we had like my little brother had like a Toys R Us like little guitar. Like I'm talking like this big. It had, one of the strings was broken. Only had 5 strings, and I sat there and learned that for like a couple months until Christmas, and I finally got like an actual guitar.
Yeah.
And then it just from there it was like started writing. I didn't know how to write songs, so what I would do is I would take songs that I liked and like would rewrite the words to the same melody, same song basically.
It's a good way to kind of start doing it.
Kinda. It's
especially
like
when you're by yourself.
Yeah, it's like you got like it's basically like you're doing, homework kind of thing. It's like, how do I fill in the blanks? And then that's just kind of how I learned. And then started writing my own things and figuring out how to play certain things, and then you just get better at it. It's just practice.
Yeah, so talk about Tyler, Texas. I have done nights at the Country River Club.
Oh, yeah?
Back in my touring days.
Dang,
that was one of my, when Dick Down in Dallas first came out with Trey Lewis, that was one of our first shows. It was December of 2020, so it was still like COVID, and we went out there, and it was wild.
Well, that's crazy, because like my buddies, I mean, growing up in Tyler, obviously my buddies probably went there, but I served a mission trip for my church during COVID, so I was like out. Like I was like out of the scene for like 2 years.
Where were you doing a mission trip at?
I was in Boston, so I was like in like New England, Rhode Island, Connecticut.
Oh, nice, my neck of the woods. I'm a New York guy, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was up there for like 2 years, and during that it was like we didn't really get on our phones, no social media kind of thing. It was like just focused on doing missionary work, service, all the things. But when I got back, Dig Down in Dallas was the first song my buddy showed me. They're like, dude, you got to check this song out. I was like, all right.
He's talking about Dallas.
Yeah, I know.
Some girl, and she's cheating on him, and this and that. That's wild.
That's funny.
What was it like growing up in Tyler?
Dude, it was fun. It was, I mean, it was big. It was a bigger city. Tyler's like a bigger city.
Yeah.
But it felt small. Like it still felt like everybody kind of knew everybody kind of thing. Especially like I say Tyler. I was from like right outside of Tyler, but like basically Tyler.
You say Tyler like because then everybody knows.
Yeah, it's like Nashville. It's like you're from Brentwood, or like you're from. It's like you're like 5 minutes from Tyler. But dude, it was fun. Not a lot to do though. Like everybody's like, "What did you do for fun?" I'm like, "We went to Whataburger, Andy's, which is like a little ice cream place. Hung out at the parking lot. Movies. Like there wasn't really a whole lot to do, but we just always ran around the town doing something, hanging out with friends."
Yeah, that's awesome. And then how long were you playing baseball for?
Dude, I played baseball like my whole life. Baseball was the sport, and then I played football starting like 7th, 8th grade, and then not quickly realized I was just like, I played freshman, sophomore year, and it was like, all right, you might be like 3rd string on varsity your junior year, or you could be a starter on JV. And I was like, man, I don't really want to play JV as a junior in Texas. Like, it's kind of lame. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just kind of like a little pride thing.
And especially if you're talent and you're getting to start and be more involved on the baseball side of things in the spring. It's like,
for sure.
I'd rather be working on baseball in the fall than and working on playing summer league than doing these double triple sessions.
Yeah.
In 100-degree heat in Texas.
No, I know. The turf field, it's like sizzling hot, and you're like, God, I'm freaking piece.
You could fry an egg on that thing.
Oh,
dude.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just do baseball. I like baseball better. I'm better at it. Like, I'm not going to go play college football. I might play college baseball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, baseball my whole life. I played that from basically like 3 years old to I graduated. And, yeah, it was like my whole life. That's really all I did. I literally focused on like baseball, make sure I got schoolwork done.
Who were some of the players that you kind of looked up to? 'Cause I'm a big baseball guy.
Yeah,
You see, I got my Ron Guidry and my Garrett Cole bobblehead sitting in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
So where were you playing on the field, and who were some of your
I was third like my whole life.
third base?
And I think
Okay.
like I was the Texas Rangers fan. And so like Michael Young was like
Oh, dude, he was so good.
my guy. Like I wear number 10 because of him, and I still have. I mean, I'm washed up now and retired, but Michael Young was like my guy.
He was so good.
I know,
Those Rangers teams in the 2000s were good.
I know. And then, but they broke my heart a couple times losing
Yes.
the World Series.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude. Michael Young. So I played third like my whole life, and then my freshman year, kind of sophomore year, I kind of tweaked my elbow a little bit, and so like most guys do, and then they like switched me over to first because the grade above me was like stacked. Like we had like 11 guys, and like I think like 9 or 10 of them went and played college baseball.
Wow.
And so we had 2 pitchers, and our number 1 and number 2 were like third and first. So like whoever was pitching, I just played that position. So I switched, and then my senior year, I was like just first base because I was like, I like this. I'm good at it.
And you're a tall dude.
Yeah.
You are what a first baseman looks
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
That's like if I'm playing on MLB The Show and I'm doing my franchise team with the Yankees.
6'6".
If I see a 5'10" guy in the minor leagues and he has enough arm strength to play third, I shift him over to third
Yeah.
base, or I move him to catcher.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't want nobody my size
No.
having to be at first base. Those high throws, I gotta have somebody there to grab
I
that,
know.
somebody there to stretch and scoop.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I know. So I fell in love with it. I loved it, and that's just where I stuck the rest of my high school career. And then, after that, went and tried to play baseball in Utah, which is what got me out there. And then mission trip, then came back.
Yeah, what was the balancing act of when you first get the music bug where it bites you, where you start recording out there, and then you come out here, you record, and then you go back, and then you're pursuing this dental thing while just the college life, but also trying to balance music, and you're figuring out what was that balancing act like for you?
Yeah, well, luckily it was kind of like in the summer. It was like I started getting buzzed kind of like right as the semester was ending, and like I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like I like this. But then I realized I was like, oh shoot, well if this song popped off, I need to get another one out. Like, and I had written plenty, but it was like, okay, I got to go figure out how I'm going to go record another one and get back out to Nashville. And so I started like making trips, and it was like, pretty much it was like put one out, and then I was like, okay, let me go record another one. And at that point, I met Jessie Alexander. She's a huge writer.
Yeah, I don't know Jessie personally, but I know of her, and for everything I've heard, what an incredible human and what an incredible songwriter. Just one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, she's a Hall of Famer for sure. Like she's in every aspect, like life, music, like everything. She's awesome. But she hit me up like it was literally like, it was kind of crazy because it was like, man, I don't know if I enjoyed dentistry, but I was like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this whole school thing. Like, I was chat GPT and everything. I was like, man, I can't do this.
College during AI era has to be
know.
fun, dude. I was a little before that.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
awesome.
it was easy. I was like, man, but I was like, it ain't gonna cut it eventually. Like, there's gonna be a time where I'm like, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But I was like, kind of in that phase. I was like, man, like, I like dentistry, but I don't know if I want to put in I will, because like that's my future. But like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then music started working out good on socials. I kept seeing the numbers pop up and up, and I was like, well, if I get this many streams, I'll make this much money. And like, if I can keep doing this, then maybe I won't have to do that.
Yeah.
And so then Jessie, like, I went and took a final, and I was like, dang, like, what am I going to do? I literally left I took my final exam and then came out to my truck, and I saw that I had a DM from Jessie, and she's like, hey, like, I want to know your story. I want to meet you, blah, 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 blah. Ended up meeting her, and she was like, okay, well, I write at Warner Chapel. This is what I do. Like, I want you to come out here frequently and come out and write with me, and, you know, kind of thing. She never really, like, led me on anything, but just like, I just want to write with you, see what your story is. And then so I was making trips to Nashville like once a month for like a week at a time, and just getting into rooms with certain writers and with Jessie, and kind of get it integrated out here. And then it was probably like a couple months in, it was like back to when school was starting to like ramp back up. And I signed up for classes and I was like, I do not want to do this. I was like, they started talking to me about a publishing deal. Like, can you come out here? Like, what are your thoughts on that? I was like, I would love to do it, but like, can I do it? And my parents were like, no, you need to stay in school. You need to do this. Like, because from all that, like, none of my family is like musical or anything like that. And so they were like, it's just a scam. Like, you're going to get stuck and you're going to get robbed of so many things and you're going to get screwed.
Just because they don't know any.
Exactly.
They don't know any different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because all they hear is like, oh, well, so-and-so signed a record deal and then their life is ruined because now they can't do anything.
Yeah.
And, but once I kind of started showing them, I was like, well, hey, look, they do this, this, and this. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to be in school for 6 more years anyways. Like, let me just go try this for like a couple years and see if it works. If not, I'll go back to school. And they were still kind of like hesitant on it. And I was like, all right, well, I'm a big boy. Like, I'm going to do this. And so like I told basically Jesse and the guys over at Warner Chapel were like, when you're ready, just let us know and we'll get you something worked up. And I was like, I'm ready. Like, I'm dropping my classes. Like, let's get out there. And then so come December, I just packed all my stuff up, moved to Nashville, and then the deal got signed and now I'm here. And so it wasn't like a whole lot of balancing. It was more of just like, is this what I really want to do?
Yeah.
And I thought so. Like, I knew I always had this like dream and passion that I wanted to do it, but it was kind of like a pipe dream of like, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it got placed in front of me and it was like Jesse Alexander, Warner Chapel. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you can't turn that down.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. If it fails, I'll go back to Utah. I'll go back to Texas. I'll go back to school. But I mean, obviously it's been great since.
Yeah.
So like, it's been the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, dude. It's so many stars kind of have to align for you to make that jump, and you bet on yourself. What's been the biggest adjustment for you, a 24-year-old kid coming from Utah, coming from Texas, then going to Utah, which is very different from Texas, and then coming all the way across the country to the South, to Middle Tennessee.
I know. Well, it's nice because like I was saying earlier, Texas and Tennessee are somewhat similar, so it almost feels like I just came back home.
Yeah, we got Buc-ee's here. We got Whataburger here.
I know. Well, dude, I got a Whataburger like right next to my house, and I'm like, all right, we're good. I haven't had a Whataburger in 3 years. Like, this is great because Utah doesn't have it. But it's been a nice like transition. Like, it's been like I would say the hardest thing for me is like you go from writing in your room by yourself. Like they always explain it. It's like you go from like T-ball high school, but then it's like all of a sudden you're like in the big leagues. You're writing with the best of the best.
Yeah.
And like and I've been lucky enough to where it's like, I mean, you have guys that really try to come here and chase it without anything. And I've been blessed to like be in rooms where it's like I've already written with like big time names. And it's like, that's probably been the hardest because it's like, you're like, dang, can I hang with these guys? Like, can I hold my own and really write good songs with these guys?
It's got to be intimidating at first.
For sure. So that's been probably the hardest adjustment is like, I'm sure those guys probably feel the same way of like, man, like I got to come out here and perform. But it's definitely been tough.
But the athlete in you is probably like, all right, it's that freshman that's taking at bats against the varsity guy, or taking at bats against the guy you've been used to hitting 60 to 70 miles per hour. You got a guy coming in throwing 85, 90.
For sure.
It's that same type of thing of like, you were working towards that with baseball. It's not that much different when you think about it.
Yeah, and that's what Jessie always told me too. She was like, I think that's why athletes kind of come here and they succeed is because it's like they're used to that competitive, like, all right, well, if I'm not good enough, I'm going to work harder and show them that I am and really perform. And it's like, I think that's what it's kind of come to of like, and you get better with practice. Like when you surround yourself with people that are better than you, you're going to get better.
Oh yeah. You always want to be, when you're starting out, for sure, you want to be the weakest, you want to be quote unquote, the weakest writer or the greenest person in the room and just absorb that knowledge. It's like you were studying in college and now you're studying at Warner Chapel Music.
I know.
What a place to be taking some classes. I'll tell you what.
It's insane, dude. It's crazy. But it's like, I've even seen it in myself. Like, so like I'll play a song, I'm like, oh wow, that's way better. And like, yeah, you just get in these rooms and it's good to be uncomfortable because that's how you grow and you learn and you become better. And so I think yeah, it's just you get in those rooms with those big guys and they really help you out. And they never make you feel like, oh, you suck. But
No, you're there for a reason.
yeah.
Like you're there because they're looking for the next great young batch of artists to develop, and you happen to be on that list.
Luckily.
You're on that top prospects list. We can just do baseball references.
I know, that works
This
with
whole
me.
dang thing, dude. It's awesome, man. What's it been like going out? Like you've got this. When did you find out about this Meg Maroney show, and how did that? What was that feeling like? And have you've gotten to go out with Hannah a little bit too, like with Hannah McFarlane, another great homie of ours. But what's it been like now playing in front of people to where you were learning to play and then you play around with some buddies and then they're like, hey, why isn't this song finished? Then you come out here with them and you record it and now all of a sudden it's happening. What's it been like playing live in front of people?
It's been, I don't know. Like I would play like little writers rounds or like open mic nights in Utah. And so I got used to playing and it wasn't bad because like I'm terrible at remembering lyrics. So I'll go up there and I'll like forget a whole second verse. I'm like, guys, I don't remember the words. So like in my head, I'm more worried that I'm going to forget the words than I do get nervous to play.
Yeah.
Which is good because as long as I can remember the words, then I'm good.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, going from like playing in like coffee shops for like 20 people that don't care you're there to like playing a writer's round where people kind of are listening a little bit to opening a show for Hannah, which was awesome. That was cool. Yeah. And then now all of a sudden you get a call to open for Meg Maroney within 4 months of living in Nashville, and you're like, what is going on? And it was kind of quick. It like all happened. Like Jessie got me here. She's become like a second mom to me. Like her kids have become like siblings. Like they're awesome. But I was coaching one of her sons with some baseball, and she was like, well, send me your Venmo and I can pay you. And I was like, well, no, like you got me to move here. You got me a deal. Like we're square. And she was on a writing retreat with Meg at the time. And so she was like, well, I showed Meg your songs and she actually needs a couple openers for some shows. Like, would you be down? And I was like, oh, yeah. So like literally that day, she was like, okay, cool. She reached out to her team and her agents are going to get in contact with you. And like within like an hour, like I was on the phone with her agent. They were like, can you do April 26th in Arkansas? And I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, cool. We'll get you more info and we'll get that squared away. I was like, all right, sick. And so it all just happened super quick. Now we're just getting ramped up. It's like a week from today's Thursday. It's a week from like Saturday.
Yeah.
So April 26th, baby. So
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
That's so exciting, dude. And it's like, talk about kind of the friendship that you've made with people like Hannah and like other artists who are still, in a way, I mean, Hannah's been doing it for a while,
Yeah.
you know, and
she's been here for like 15 years,
yeah,
10 years.
Yeah, she's been grinding for a long time and did the thing down in Mobile, Alabama, and came up in that world and that scene. But like, what's it been like learning from artists? Because it's like it's one thing to be Tommy Acker, the songwriter, but you're also Tommy Acker, the artist as well.
Yeah.
You know, so what's it been like? You have Jessie in this corner, and Hannah's a great writer in her own right, but to see somebody doing the artist thing that's starting to believe in you and take you under their wing.
Yeah, it's been awesome. She's been great. She's been my best friend since I've moved here, even before then.
How'd you first meet her?
She hit me up. I always tease her because she sent me a DM on TikTok. She was like, I'm your biggest fan. And I was like, well, I'll be your biggest fan. And then it was slowly became like, we just started texting and talking and hanging out. And then when I started visiting Nashville, we started hanging out more. She's kind of taken me under her wing and just, it's been great because it's like, she'll show me, like she'll take me, the first thing that I got, like when I first kind of met her, she was opening for Tucker Wetmore and she kind of she took me under her wing and let me come to the show and kind of took me backstage and showed me kind of what happens. And so she's been great just so I don't like show up to a show and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like I've never seen any of this before. And so it's been good to kind of see the behind the scenes of like what goes on. How do I do this? How do I do that?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she's been great. And so we hang out all the time. We talk every day. She's awesome. But it's also great because Jessie, I mean, now she's more of a songwriter, but she used to do her own thing. And her husband, JR, who's a big producer out here, and just they've really helped me and been like, well, here's what you're going to do when you do this. You got to be careful for this and that. And it's like they kind of treat me as like their kid of like, hey, like we want to make sure you got everything you need.
Yeah.
And they run through stuff with me. They ask me questions and they check in on me all the time. I actually was writing with Jessie today, and so she's always like keeping up with me. And so, yeah, it's been good, and they've showed me a lot of stuff.
That's good, dude. That's awesome. Now, is the family acclimated more to you being out here, and they get it now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad was always kind of like, he always thought it was cool, but he was like, because my dad just works, but he didn't go to school. I mean, he did like maybe a semester or two.
What does he do for work?
He like owns and runs like a pallet company.
Oh, nice.
He used to own a restaurant when I was like a baby, like before I even was one. It like burned down, and so they like joined the family business, and he's been doing that, and he's like, he hates it, but just because it's like all day, every day, and
it's a grind.
Yeah. But and he's gotten to the point now where it's like it's a little bit easier, where it's like he's not working till 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock. He's like coming home at like 2, 3. But still, it's like he's like, I don't ever want you to like do this. Like if you want to go to school, like go to school. And so, but he's also been the kind that's like, well, dude, if you like this and you think you can do it, like go chase your dreams. My mom was the more logical one, where it's like, don't quit school, don't do that. Like if you're gonna do that, make sure you go to school too.
Yeah.
But now that I'm here and doing it and like showing them like, hey, I don't need help with money. Like I'm okay. Like I'm doing the thing. Like they're like, okay, maybe he's like actually doing like he's doing all right.
Yeah.
So they actually love it. I'll send them demos. They're like, this is sick. Like this is cool. Sometimes I'll go back home and I'll hear my dad listening to a demo and I'm like, yes, like that's sick. But they love it.
Have they been out here to visit you since?
Not yet. I'm trying to get them to come out here.
Oh, well, when they come out here, we'll have to get you on a round or on a Wednesday night, like play one of our shows
for sure.
while they're out here.
Yeah.
We'd love to meet them, and we want to thank them for raising you at least a little bit rowdy. You know?
Yeah, right.
So going back to how to not, and then now you've got a few other songs on your belt. What's it been like now releasing songs and kind of having a team strategize with you, where it's not just you and your buddy saying, oh, this is cool, it should be out, so put this out so I can listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
To where now it's put this out so tons of people can listen to it.
Right, yeah. I mean, the first 4 songs was pretty much like me. My producers kind of helped me a little bit.
Who's producing you?
It was Max Gabriel. He's done my everything that's currently out. He's done all those, and he was like, make sure you do this. Like he's just kind of been showing me the ropes of like, I'm like, all right, I want to record another one. How do I do this? How do I pitch the playlisting? How do I do that? And so he's done everything that way, but it's always been like, hey, I want to drop another song. He's like, all right, cool, drop it.
Yeah.
So it's like there hasn't been like a really like a team. It's just been like, here's what I know, take it as you will, and kind of navigating certain things through me. But now that I'm starting to work with like Peyton and everybody else, it's like a lot more organized, a lot more like, well, if you're gonna do this, you make sure you gotta have this, and this. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. But so now we just recorded a new bunch with a different producer. His name's Lucas Scott. He does.
I know Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas is so cool.
He's awesome.
Yeah. We just recorded 2. Yesterday we recorded 2 more, and then one like maybe a month ago that's dropping next week, the day before the Meg show, and they're cool, dude. Like it's just you kind of find it's because all my last releases, everything that's out right now, it's been like just, oh, I wrote this cool song, let me put it out. There's no like, this is a Tommy Acker song. This is what I want it to sound like. This is the brand. This is the end goal. And so it's kind of been like, okay, we've kind of taken a step back since moving here. It's like, take a step back, regather, figure out what you want to do, what you want to say, who you want to be, and then we'll start going. And then with this Meg show, that's kind of what kickstarted it all. It was like, okay, well, you have good songs out, but like, let's kind of make this like a focal point of like, let's put out another song. You got the Meg show, like, and then like this song will be who you are, and then like after that it'll kind of waterfall after that.
Yeah.
So it's been a wild like 4 months of living here.
Yeah. How do you keep yourself kind of grounded through it all? Like, because it's moving very fast.
Yeah. Well, what's nice is like I've made plenty of friends, but also it's like I'm not like, because I used to hang out with my friends like all day every day. Now it's like I go to a write and I finish, and now it's like I have all day. Like I don't have that many friends just to go hang out with all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like I have a lot of time to like process and think things through and like figure out what I'm gonna do. So it's been pretty easy on that standpoint of like, all right, well, this is what I got to do. I got to get this, this, and this done. And Peyton helps a lot. He's like, make sure you do this, this, and this. And it's like, okay, cool. And so, yeah, it has been like, it's weird because like people are like, what do you do all day? How do you do this? And I'm like, I don't really know. It just kind of gets done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know where the time goes, how it passes, but it does.
Yeah. So what are you doing when you're not doing music stuff? What do we like to do for fun here in town?
I like to go to the gym. I'm a big gym guy. I might not like look great. But
No, you do. You do.
Oh, thanks.
You're taking good care of yourself.
I try. It's like, well, if I'm going to sit at the house for 4 hours, I might as well go to the gym for maybe 2 of them or one of them at least. I go to the gym a lot. I always like find myself watching.
What's on the gym playlist?
Dude, it's bad. I'm very like stuck on like a song. Like I get like I'll like listen to, if a new song comes out, I'll listen to it like for 5 times.
Like what's the latest one that's been?
You know, a lot of Morgan Wallen probably.
Wallen.
Yeah,
you gonna listen to all 37 songs?
I can't wait. It's bad. Like, dude, I used to be the biggest fangirl, whatever you want to call it, of him. Like I would sit there and like 11:59 and 30 seconds, midnight. I'm listening to all 37 songs. Like, I'm probably still gonna do that.
Yeah.
But not as like I used to be obsessed with them. Now it's a little less. I'm like, okay. Now that it's now that you're here though, it's like, okay, they're just people. Like it kind of puts it in perspective. But a lot of Morgan Wallen, a lot of like I'll listen to like Big X the Plug at the gym.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some Big X.
Oh, I know. Dude, that new song with Bailey's sick.
Dude, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. And I think he's dabbling more into that country realm. And it makes sense that guys like him and Mexican OT because that's part of them. They're from Texas.
Yeah.
You know, they get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I know. I love it. Mexican OT, Big X, they're all sick. Sometimes I'll listen to like Lizzie McAlpine or like just like some sad stuff in the gym.
Okay.
I'm not
sad
a big
stuff.
Yeah, dude. I'm a big like I don't know. I'll listen to like anything in the gym. I'm not like I gotta listen to hard rock. I gotta listen to rap. I'll listen to kind of anything that I'm like feeling at the time.
Okay.
For some reason, when I listen to a sad song in the gym, it gets me going.
Really?
So, yeah. Like I don't know why. It's like, dang, this is like just a little guitar and a soft little voice, and I'm like borderline crying, and I'm like doing bench press, and like, but it works.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's wild, man. Yeah, it's funny. I remember when Wallen was first kind of coming out. I back when I was living back home in New York, I was involved in like the scene, like the country world of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, which does exist and is thriving right now. Shout out to my friend Stephanie Wagner with Country Swag and the Common Country Bar up there. They're doing great things up there and DJ Big Country and all that. But we had Morgan Wallen come to Jenks Club,
Really?
in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. This is 2016 or 17. It's one of those years. And it was when Wallen was opening up for FGL. Like Up
Dang.
Down hadn't even come out yet.
It's insane.
And it was like seeing him then to where he's at now and just how it's progressed at a historic level that nobody's ever done before.
No, it's insane.
And he's a small town, like yourself, small town kid, grew up playing baseball.
Yeah.
And then music ended up being the thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's weird to think about that. And I'm obviously nowhere near that, but like you hope to get to that point. But it's like, he's so big. It's like, how is that even possible? Like I can't fathom how big that. It's like, obviously I want to get to that point, but like, I don't know, man. It's like, even like me, like it's like I know it can happen and I hope it does, but it's also like that's like they're huge.
Yeah, like he's like you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like I'm just focusing on making sure I get 50,000 views on TikTok right now. Like let alone where they're at.
Well, how is that now? Like coming up in this era, and it's like social media is a huge. It's the reason you're here, you know, and a large part of it. What's it like to where it's like you're working in the writing room, but now you're also working on content. You know, you're working to get the show ready for these opening slots where there's going to be a lot more of those, and then eventually the headlining slots. But what's it like for TikTok and Instagram to be a part of that formula of what you have to work at?
Yeah, it's weird, and it's like it's not hard for me, but I can see why. Like I'm not super like social and outgoing and like crazy, like, but also like I understand like TikTok is how like social media is how you get it done, kind of thing. Like it's a big influence. So I recognize like, okay, I got to do it.
Yeah.
So it never is like hard or like I'm like, dang, I got to make another TikTok.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is kind of tough because it's like,
Ooh.
man, I'm only getting 5,000 views, or I'm only getting 10,000, or like if it doesn't hit 100, it's like, dang, this song's gonna flop. But I also have to take a step back and realize like that doesn't just happen every song. Like,
No.
like even like, and it sucks. Like I'm glad my first song popped off in it, but it's like no song has ever reached that potential. So now it's like, am I doing something wrong? Am I messing up? Like, am I doing the wrong things? But it's like, so it is draining on that point of like, dang, I hope it's like I hope I'm not doing anything wrong. And it's like, why isn't my numbers up? But it's like, bro, I've been at this for like 8 months, like a year. Like, it's not going to be millions of views every time.
Yeah, and there's so much more to the art than just social media. You know, there's so much more. Like, the best song wins. And by getting out in front of people, like that opportunity you're going to have on the, I think it's the, is it still the Am I Okay tour? That's what you're going on. So it's like, yeah, like the songs are going to, you'll see how they perform in front of actual people.
For sure.
Versus just like what the algorithm thinks, you know?
Yeah. And I think, I mean, my next one, Wrangler Blue, I think it's a really cool song.
Yeah, tell me about that one.
Well, I remember I had this idea. I was like, dang, Wrangler Blue. Like, I don't remember where I thought of it or why I thought of it, but like as I pondered it, it was like, okay, maybe it could be like How She Left Me, Wrangler Blue. And anyways, I ended up taking it to a write. We got it done.
Who'd you write that one with?
Summer Overstreet and Sam Ellis. I love both of them. They're great. I write with Summer quite a bit, actually. And we got the demo back, and everybody loved it. But I had already recorded a set of songs, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll run with these. And then I kind of met Peyton, and he's like, okay, we're gonna put that on hold. Like, Wrangler Blue's a smash. Like, we'll put out Wrangler Blue. And then I was like, yeah, you're right. And then that just all kind of happened quick. We got in touch with Lucas, recorded Wrangler Blue, and then we were like, it also kind of happened like when we got the Meg show date, and it was like, okay, well, Wrangler Blue's sick song. It's kind of blue. It matches her vibe. Like, we'll just full send and put it out the day before, and then that way when you show up to the Meg show, it's like, okay, well, people might have listened to this song. If not, I'm gonna play it. Go listen to it after this. It's out now. So we're just kind of using that as like the whole marketing thing of like, we're kind of running off Meg's tailcoats a little bit, but it's like, it just kind of all fell into place and it all kind of worked out. And so I love the song. It comes out next Friday. And I think it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it'll be out by the time this airs. Yeah. This will be coming out a little while after we're sitting down right here and everything. Have you done the full band thing yet? Is this opening show going to be a full band show?
No, it's just solo acoustic. I've done like one full band, and it was like a house band at a bar, and so it was like
back in Utah.
No, it was actually out here. I don't think I'd moved here yet, but it was at a Barstool, and they were like, "Hey, come play. We'll provide a house band, send us songs, and then you get like, I think it was a 4 or 5 song set, and it went great. It was good. But that's the only like full band that I've done.
Has that been on your mind where you want to start getting the band or?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's just more energy. It's more like, instead of me just sitting here playing the guitar and like having to be like, okay, like I can't really move around a whole lot. If my band's got it, I can at least grab the microphone and walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
More energy, and it's like they've got like, I can feed off of them. I can do different things. But I guess it's just finding some guys and getting it done.
Yeah.
But I'm
still
excited.
Very early in the process for you too, dude.
That's what I have to realize too. I feel like I'm like, the competitor in me is like, gotta get this done. We gotta do this, and this. Like, why isn't this happening? But it's like, bro, you've been here for 4 or 5 months. Like, this doesn't just like happen that fast. Like, I have to realize I'm in a good spot where I'm at.
You're in a great spot, bro.
Yeah.
What are your buddies back in Utah that you were spending time with and just kind of getting, when this ball was starting to get rolling? What have they been saying to you and keeping in touch? I'd imagine you're keeping in touch with them.
Yeah. One of my best friends that he still lives in Utah, he's like, I told you, dude. Like, I knew it was gonna happen. I talk to him every day and we check in, and he's like, dude, this song's great. Because I'll send him like things I work on, and he's like, dude, this is sick. This is cool. Like, I like this when I see it being like this. And they're just like they're all just like rooting for me. It's pretty cool to see like them checking in, or like they'll like if I post a new one on social media, they're like, "This is it. This is sick." I'm like, "Thanks, dude. Let's go."
Have they been out here to visit you yet?
No, none of them have. Like nobody's been, because I've been back to Utah a couple times, so it's like none of them have really come out here.
Yeah.
But my best friend, he's actually moving to South Carolina here in like a week or two, and so like
He'll be a lot closer.
a lot closer. Like I think it's only like 4 hours away. I think. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but
Do you know where in South Carolina it is?
Greenville. It's like the top.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, it's right
like,
by Clemson.
Yeah.
It's about 4 hours. You're on the money with that.
Cool.
There you go. You're getting there, and
Yeah.
And what I'm excited to check in with you on down the road is like when you get out on the road, you know, because you're gonna get to go to so many different places. Like, where were those Hannah shows that you did? One of them was in Mobile, right?
Yeah, it was just the one. It was in Mobile, and then
At the Soul Kitchen.
The Soul Kitchen.
It's a cool spot.
Yeah, dude, it
I've
was
been there.
sick.
I've been there. I think 3, 4, maybe 5 times with
Yeah.
Muscadine when I used to work with them, and then with Trey. And Mobile's a cool town, and for that to be a hometown show for Hannah, I'm sure that was a fun one.
Yeah, it was sick because it was like right before Christmas. We went down, like her family's got like a little beach house kind of thing, and so we went down like a couple days early, hung out at the beach, and then had the show, and the show was sick, and it was like all of her family friends and everything came, and it was a good turnout, and so it was a fun little like hometown show right before Christmas. Then I got to go back home and visit family, and yeah, it was fun.
That's awesome. But now you're going to get to be in this Meg show, I'm guessing, is in an arena.
Oh yeah, well I think this one's
it's
an
like a
amphitheater, but it's like
an amphitheater.
but it's like 5,000 people, which is like
bit bigger than Soul
5,000
Kitchen.
more people than I've ever played for. I'm like, I'm trying to like not psych myself out because it's like it's just people. They just
What you
want
got
to
to do
listen.
is you got to hype yourself up.
Yeah,
And be like,
I'm gonna take some pre-workout for sure.
oh, dude, yeah. What's the pre-workout of choice?
I've been rocking BPN. It's like Bear Performance Nutrition. Hopefully they'll give me a shout out, or hopefully they'll sponsor me or something.
Yeah.
I take that stuff all the time. I don't know. They got some cool flavors. They've got like strawberry kiwi, pink lemonade. Their flavors are more like your typical flavors.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sometimes I'll get on some like crazy ones where I'm like, it's like grape and big league chew or like something crazy.
When I used to work down on Broadway, I did security there my first year in town. I was a door guy at Whiskey Row. And they would give us, we had a crazy manager. His name was Jake. And he would keep pre-workout behind every bar. And because we would work like doubles and shit.
Yeah.
So I'd be sitting at the front door, my hand would be shaking as I'm like checking the kid's ID, and it'd be like just because he'd make us mocktails of pre-workout.
Oh jeez.
But we'd just be like, 9 a.m. on a Sunday. Here's a pre-workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You start jittering if you don't have eat breakfast. You
Oh
throw
yeah, dude!
up.
If you haven't eaten, I'm running up the flights of stairs at Whiskey Row to like
Heart's
work it out of
pumping.
me. Oh, dude, yeah, heart's pumping.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I got that and a big wad of Copenhagen in. I'm
Yeah.
just in the moon, bro.
Oh yeah.
There's something about that when you get that C4 in you. Or
Oh,
something
dude,
of that.
C4, dude. I drink energy. I drink too much. I drink a lot of caffeine, but C4 is a thing.
What's the caffeine of choice? Is it more the energy drinks? You a coffee guy or what?
Energy drinks? I'll drink. I used to be big on Ghost. It was like the Swedish fish. I like the fruity flavors. So like, it was Ghost. It was like it was Swedish fish, and then their orange.
You really like the
creamsicle.
sweet flavor. You're drinking Swedish fish.
Yeah,
Ghost.
dude. Yeah. I don't know why. I just love it. And then I switched over to C4. Dude, it's gonna sound like I'm an addict, but like the C4's got like a little bit of beta alanine, which is stuff that makes your arms tingle and everything.
Yeah.
And so I'll usually drink it when I go and sit in a right. And if I'm like sipping on a grape C4, I'm like, I'll just be sitting there and I can kind of feel it start to tingle my body. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice.
There we go.
I
got the vibe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll drink back in the day when I was Muscadine used to have they had a I don't know if it was like a full deal or it was some kind of thing where Bang was just sending them cases. And this was BC before COVID. It was like 2019. And I found myself drinking like 2 or 3 Bangs a day on the road. And I was working the merch table.
Yeah.
So I'm jumping in there. I'm jumping around the merch table like a damn spider monkey,
Yeah.
bro. The Bangs used to go. We used to call it Chaw Dogs and Bang Hangers because they'd had Gary would have Copenhagen Wintergreen on the rider, so him and I would pack lips of Copenhagen Wintergreen and be Chaw Dog and then the Bang Hang and then pounding the Bangs, bro.
That's insane.
That was wild.
Bangs were like the first one I was introduced to. My bud.
Those are 300.
Oh, I know. It's like I should not be drinking that at 17 years old.
Yeah.
But it was like my OG flavor was like Bang cotton candy.
You really love the sweet shit.
Yeah,
I never
dude,
got into the kind. I did the Star Blast a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That like black with like the red. It was like the black can. Well, they're all black cans, but
The
maybe
red, white,
not.
and
There's
blue.
a couple of the white. There's a couple of like the coffee ones, a different color, whatever. But it's like that red, like that strawberry. That was the one that I would do.
Really?
I'd do that, and then there was one that was like a Dr Peppery kind of one. That
Oh,
was like
the
a cherry,
like the black cherry vanilla.
black cherry vanilla. Yeah, dude.
Dude, they had a champagne one that was like money, but I could never find it. There was that one gas station. They only sold it there.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good.
What's your Whataburger order?
Oh, I get the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I get that. And every once in a while to switch it up because it comes on Texas toast. And every once in a while I'll switch it up and get like the normal bun.
Oh, you can request the bun. That's a good hack.
My brother figured out like instead of barbecue sauce, I've only done this once because I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yeah.
But instead of barbecue sauce, you put the honey butter.
I've done that.
Really?
I've done that. Yeah, my old buddy Tyler, who actually used to co-host this podcast with me back in the day, and he was on the Muscadine tour with me. He used to do that. He was so into damn Whataburger.
Yeah.
He would go to he would order it online before they were here and get the honey butter. Like
Really?
You could get it in the store where you have the honey butter at your house.
That's insane.
Honey buttered biscuit in
Yeah.
the morning.
Dude.
That's some good stuff. Whataburger's good, man. I like
Oh, I love
Whataburger a lot.
Well, they don't have it in Utah. They have a In-N-Out. And everybody's
It's
like,
not the same.
No, it's not. I get heated about it because I'm like, dude, In-N-Out is just a plain burger. Like, sure, it's all right, but like, it's not good.
No, they do have the secret menu thing.
Yeah.
The secret menu, the animal style stuff, that does give it a few points. But Whataburger from top to bottom is just
Yeah.
a better quality burger. Better, they have the chicken, which is a big difference.
Yeah.
The breakfast is great.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, because they'll be like, well, what do you get? And I'm like, I get the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. And they're like, well, you can't compare that to a burger. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not going to Whataburger to get a burger. I'm going to get the good stuff. Like,
That's awesome.
you're like asking me what's the difference between Whataburger and In-N-Out. I'm like, well, I'd rather go to Whataburger.
They got chicken.
Yeah, they got chicken and they got good stuff there.
Yeah, the fries are good. Yeah, it's good stuff. The spicy ketchup.
I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when Whataburger first opened out here in Hermitage, and the line would take you like hours to go through that drive-through.
I bet.
Crazy when they first opened out here.
Dang.
And then Buc-ee's is the other big Texas staple.
Yeah.
Which is it like as a Texan, like to see the world kind of discover Buc-ee's? Does that make you feel a certain type of way, or because it's like everybody goes Boosies and it's like a thing, it's like a thing on TikTok and Instagram now where everybody goes nuts over Buc-ee's, but you're like, we've always had this.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it's kind of like the closest one to me and Tyler was like, it's in Terrell, which is like halfway to Dallas.
Well, I know Terrell. Shout out Silver Saloon, the Garcia family.
Yep. Dude. And so that was like the closest. So it wasn't ever, like, I'm like, cool, more Buc-ee's. Like, that means I get to go to more if I travel anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I don't mind people having more Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Like,
'cause some Texans are like, Whataburger and Buc-ee's should have never left Texas. They belong here.
I was kind of heated
Wanna
about
geek you.
Whataburger when Chicago bought it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of.
Now they're gonna go everywhere. Yeah.
But I also was like, I'm never leaving Texas, so it didn't matter. But now that I've left Texas, I'm like, okay, I'm glad.
What do you miss most about Texas?
I don't know. I just felt like I think it's just like the home, like, because I think just about anything that I would do there, I can do here. It's just the comfort of being home, and I think that's probably because I don't have my own home yet here. I have where I live, but like, I think once I like maybe get settled, buy a house or like at least my own apartment, it'll start to feel a little bit better. Where it's like, okay, I can get comfortable. I can do
What's
whatever
the
I want.
living situation out here like right now?
You know Joe Haydell.
Oh, very well.
Yeah. So he has like a little townhouse thing. He has like the downstairs that he's like, renovated. And so he lives downstairs, and then upstairs it's me and two other guys. One of them's like does like lighting and pyro for a bunch of tours, and so he's like always gone.
Yeah.
Like I never see him.
Having a touring roommate is great.
It's almost like a crash pad. And the other guy does like a 9 to 5, and he's like throughout the day he's not home, but he's also like kind of quiet. So
How did you get connected to Joe Haydell?
Dude, Facebook. Like, I was like, man, I don't know if I want to pay $1,500 for an apartment quite yet. Like, at least like let me figure out where I want to live first.
Yeah.
So I was looking on Facebook, and it was literally like, because I came out here sometime in November, I think it was the week before Thanksgiving. And I was like, man, I don't know where I'm going to live, but I'm moving out here in 2 weeks. Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so on the trip there, he texted me. He's like, hey, it's available if you want it. Because I texted him about it. I was like, yeah, let me look at it. So on the trip, I looked at it. I was like, cool. Yeah, love it. And then drove back, packed all my stuff up, went home for Thanksgiving, and then moved up into the room. And it was literally just like, and then since then, it's been like, he's kind of introduced me to a few people because he was friends with Hannah. And
yeah, dude, Joe is one of the best humans you
oh my
will
gosh
meet in this town. I love that guy so much.
Yeah,
we love Joe Haydell.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's
he's
the
helped
dude.
me.
We smoke a lot of cigars together.
Let's go.
That's my boy.
That's sick. Y'all were doing like a cigar tour kind of thing, right?
Cigar. Well, we do a lot of. Have you been to the Rusty Nail yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the Rusty Nail is out here in Hermitage, and it's a place where you can get $3 beers. They sell Surfsides for $4. Like it's like that hometown bar. They got a beach volleyball court out back.
Oh, sick.
We're actually doing an event if you're in town and down for it. Well, we have it on camera now. It's probably coming out as we're getting ready for it. We're doing the Hermitage International Songwriters Festival at the Rusty Nail. So it's like play on like Key West, Frank Brown Songwriters Festival, but they have that beach volleyball court. So I'm going to take the net down. We're going to put a stage on the beach and do it under the lights at the Nail.
Yeah.
So but we do an event once a month. They're actually starting up in May. It's called Rhythm and Smoke. Okay. And it's a cigar and whiskey event. And the bar gets a cigar sponsor and a whiskey sponsor. And you can get like an old fashioned drinks are like $5 or $6. Dang. And the cigar is like less than $10. And it's a good quality cigar. Yeah. And we just do the rounds on the back patio out there. And it's just 2 people at a time. And we just sit around. Everybody drinks whiskey and smokes cigars while people are playing on the volleyball court.
That's so sick. That's
awesome.
A genius.
Yeah. So Joe has played a lot of Rhythm and Smokes for us.
Really?
He's a cigar guy.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to come and play one, dude, we'd love.
That'd be
it's
sick.
The chillest event.
I'm sure it is.
It's like a crowd of. I think the biggest one that we had, we maybe not counting all the people in the volleyball league, we probably had like 15, 20 people there. Yeah. It's just hang out, smoke cigar, just network and chill.
That's sick.
But the Nail's great. Free parking. They do all kinds of stuff. We do our Christmas party there every year too. So you'll have to join us for Raise Rowdy Christmas 2025.
I'd love to.
We had Nikki T dress up as Santa in 2023. We had Chili Dog dress up this past year, and I let him keep the Santa suit. I don't want that sweaty Santa suit. But if you would, but we do our Christmas party there every year, and it's always open. It's open to the public, but we always let everybody know, like, come party with us at the Nail. So that's our cigar thing that we do, and we are sponsored by a cigar company too, Crown Head Cigars. So we can get you hooked up with cigars for sure. We can definitely do that, man. What's something that you would tell Tommy a year ago that puts out the first song, puts out How to Not, and now knowing what you know and where life has gone, you're opening for freaking Meg Maroney. You've gotten to make such great friendships and relationships, and you've got like the rocket is just getting ready to launch out into the space station, dude. Like, what would you tell that kid that comes out here to record a song and is debating if he's going to go to dental school or do this music thing?
Man, I would just tell him, I'd be like, dude, just like, I mean, I don't think at this point there's really anything that I would really change because it's been great. But like, I'd just be like, dude, just trust your gut. Like, if you want to do something, do it. If not, don't let anybody dictate what you want to do. Yeah. Because I think at the end of the day, like, and you know, Hannah and Joe and a lot of people have given me this advice too, and I think that's why it's been good and it's been the way it's been, is because people have given me this advice. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like your career, it's your music, it's your message to the world, and it's like, if you don't want to say something, don't say it. If you want to say something, make sure you say it.
Yeah, that's great advice.
And also, like, nobody's gonna do it for you. So it's like, I remember, like, whether it's recording music or wanting the publishing deal, it's like, hey, when you're ready, let us know. And it's like, okay, cool. And if I would have sat there, they probably would have never. They might have checked on me, but nobody's gonna sign the deal for me. Nobody's gonna make the music for me. So it's like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I want to do this. These are the songs I want to do. This is what I want to say. This is what blah 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 blah. And so it's like, if I want it done, go do it yourself, kind of thing. And then the people around you, if they believe in you, they'll help you get there.
Amen.
So,
dude, I'm so freaking excited for you, man. You're a year in doing this, and it's working, man. And it's a testament to your character, who you are as a person, your hard work, and people are gravitating to you for a reason, and you're picking up on things in the writing room and doing the thing yourself, doing it your way, and it's awesome, man.
Thanks, man.
It's exciting. And so Wrangler Blue coming out next week. What are we looking at after that?
After that, yeah, we just, April 25th, Wrangler Blue. The next day we're doing the Meg show, and then, like I said, yesterday we recorded 2 more. The next 2 are probably City Girl and Last Second. Dude, those are sick. Those are.
You have to play them for me off here, yeah.
I'll play them for you. I still only have the demos right now, but
hey, I love being in demo, Joe.
It's the best.
Oh, dude,
I don't mind it. I love it.
I do too, dude, because I just love music.
Yeah,
like,
it's sick.
best.
Yeah. So, I think those are next. One of them's they're a little more up tempo, cool songs. Yeah, I love it, dude. Like I remember being in the studio yesterday and hearing it. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. Hopefully everybody else likes it, but this is special.
Yeah, one more question for you. What so you talk about how you used to wait almost like New Year's countdown when a Wallen album would come out, or like an artist that you really like. Now to be doing that kind of countdown for your own songs to be coming out, and you're binge listening to guys like Wallen or like a Parker McCollum or people and like that. But now you're in the studio and you're creating. What has that feeling been like, from being such a lover of country music to now putting out country music for your fans?
I think that's probably the hardest part for me, is because I'm like, I don't want to mess this up. I want it to be so, and I think I work it up in my brain where I'm like, this song is a smash. Like, don't mess it up. Like I would have never say I'm the best. I don't think I have the best voice. I don't think I have the best songs. I don't think all those things. And so it's like, man, I just hope I do it justice of this is a really good song, I think. Don't mess it up. And it goes back to saying hey, if I don't like this, tell them, because if you don't, they're just going to do what they think.
Yeah.
And so it's and I'm not a very confrontational, hey, that sucks. Play it this way. So it's it's been tough, because it's I don't like that. I think it should sound like this. But then I second guess on myself. I'm like, maybe, they're professionals. Maybe they know something I don't. So I would say that's been the hardest part of just adjusting to if you like something or hear something, make it known. And then just being confident in what you choose. It's just walk around yeah, this is what we chose. This is what we love.
Yeah.
And we did it the best we could. And after that, it's just up to the listeners. That hopefully they like it.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I can tell you, Nikki T and I love what you're doing. We love your stuff, and it doesn't count for everything, but every time you play our events, we're very thankful to have you in our family. Thank you for wearing that front row or don't go
dude,
hat.
I love this hat.
Dude,
it's
it looks good, dude. We'll have to get you the green one too, man.
Yeah.
I got some hats over there you can
go.
shift through and pick out, and we'll send you home with a pack of Surfside. Everybody can find you. What's the Instagram handle again?
Just Tommy Acker.
Just Tommy Acker. No music needed.
No music,
just Tommy Acker. That's awesome.
I guess nobody else has that name.
Hey, there you go. One of a kind,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
There are some people that have to hit up other accounts to
Yeah.
get their account name and whatever, and it's a whole rigmarole of just chaos. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. You got your name.
I know. I
Heck yeah.
got lucky.
Awesome.
So.
But y'all be sure to look up our man at Tommy Acker. Wrangler Blue is out now, and there's more in the tank. He's been cooking in the studio with the boys. So y'all be sure to check him out, and be on the lookout for more opening dates. The Meg show will have already happened by now. So hopefully everybody in Arkansas enjoyed that show and got to say they saw Tommy Acker open for Meg Maroney. But be on the lookout for more gigs that he's going to be doing out there. And like I said, check out Wrangler Blue. Be sure to follow Tommy Acker. Y'all be sure to check out our friends from Surfside, Vodka Lemonade, Vodka Iced Tea. We got an iced tea lemonade right there. We got green tea over there. They got it all. No bubbles, no troubles. It is, in fact, sunshine in a can. No carbonation. I've been told they are very good for you. And be sure to check out raiserowdy.com for more on us. For my man Tommy, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.